guys, welcome back to my channel. Adiatu here, Naturallyads on YouTube. So in today's video I'm going to be planning for the week of the 29th of June to the 5th of July. So as you can see, my base is already down. Before I actually get into that, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe down below and turn on the bell to be notified every single time I upload. Okay, now I can get back to it. So as you can see, the base is already down. I did this like so long ago because I was in a random mood that I really wanted to plan, and so I did. Just moods I have that I want to lay down stickers. If I could afford like other planner that I could just play with stickers in, I would do that, because there's just sometimes I'm in the zone and I just want to keep sticking stickers down. So I'm just going to explain what is down. So this kit is from Paper Sheet Plans, and it was called Etheral, I think. So I'm going to take you guys through what is left of the kit. Okay, so these were the glitter headers, the functional sidebar page, the deco page. She did have a double box, but I made these double box extenders after I had already set down the base. So to my regret, I can't take down any of these stickers to put this here, because I really wanted to, but I can't do that right now. So this is why you wait. Unfortunately, I'm unable to remove these boxes, and I don't have, let's see if I can do it actually. Nope, that was just the overlay. No, I don't think I could take it off without ripping it. So I'm just going to leave it on, but I wanted to show you that it did come with a double box. And then these are the boxes. Her layout has changed as of now. This was a kit this was one of my first orders from her, so this was her old format. The little things page, the bottom washi page that has washi strips, and then the page I never use, which is checklist. So that was the kit. And then what I've been doing now is pulling out extra boxes, because I know that I would need them. All the boxes in this column, I think apart from one, are from Paper Sheet Plans anyway. They're from freebies, and then the rest are just other leftovers that I had that I thought would fit the color scheme. So that's what I'm going to use when planning this, and then I'm going to now tell you about the setup. So most of the things here are from the kit. These headers are from a leftover from a GP Studio kit, because there's 2 date covers in that. I have a day extender on Wednesday, which is today actually, but I'm probably going to add day extenders to most days, but just do the day extender with a bougie box rather than a full box, because I can't pick them up. The overlay tapes are from Rose Colored Days, from my overlay subscriptions. So yeah, that's that. And then everything else is from the kit, and then just July script is from Rose Colored Days as well. Yeah, and that's it for my base. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. I'm gonna let you guys go. Oh, and the date dots are also from Rose Colored Days. They're from the roll tape for the dates dots. This is the first time I used them. And yeah, as now I'm gonna let you guys watch my day today. So enjoy. Okay, so now for the day today, starting with Monday. As usual, I have all my character stickers pulled out. So at the top of Monday, I used I think it was like an appointment label from a leftover, and I used an early morning sticker from Munchkin sticker, I should say, from Once More with Love, to note that I woke up early that day. Then I used a appointment label from the kit, and I used a Fox and Cactus scale with Happy Mail and a Happy Mail script from Stella Bow Sticker Co. that I had to cut in half so it could fit. Then I used a fancy label from a leftover probably, and another Fox and Cactus girl on the phone to know that I had a phone call from my mortgage broker. And then I used a quarter box and a GP Studio girl with like comb and like a doing hair girl, I should say. And I used a film script. I think the film script is from Stella Bow Sticker Co. also, to note that I filmed myself doing my hair. Then I used a rounded off quarter box and a planning time sticker from Once More With Love, and a planning time script from GP Studio to note that I was planning, I think, in my like daily planner. Then I used a washi strip and a YouTube binge sticker from the Ginger Cat Co. to note that I had a YouTube binge, of course. Then I used a grounded off half box, which I cut down to make into a third box. And then I used an emoji with like a phone in their hand to note that, and I used a with Bay script from Stella Bow Sticker Code to note that I had another broker call with Bay. It was like a three-way call so that we could all talk together. Then I used a little thing at the bottom and a heart sticker from a leftover to note that I was doing some wedding planning and getting some quotes and stuff. On to Tuesday, at the top I used another appointment label from a leftover and a girl from Stick With The Plan Co. who was woken up to note that I woke up early again that day. Then I used a quarter box and another Stick With The Plan Co. girl like on a computer and an edit script from I think this is from Sparrow Design Co. or something like that to note that I was doing a lot of editing. And then I used a little thing and a camera sticker. That is just not a little thing, it's a small appointment label. And then I used a camera sticker from the kit and an edit script from Stella Bow Sticker Co. to note that I was editing some pictures. So some thumbnail pictures and some Instagram pictures. And then I used a appointment label and a Stick With A Plan Co. girl. This whole box has Stick With A Plan Co. girl stickers, I didn't even realise. A Stick With A Plan Co. girl recording. It's like one of those ones that she's recording herself doing like a haul or something of clothing, but I just wanted to use it anyways. And I used a film script from Stella Bow Sticker Co. to note that I was filming I don't remember what I filmed, I'm sorry about that yawn. Then I used a appointment label and a girl from Also Paper, Minister from Also Paper I should say, to note that I got ready. Sorry about that. And then I used in that day, like a 4-box day extender. At the top I used a half box with a sticker inside of it from Stickers by Rhonda on the laptop, and an upload script from Stella Bow Sticker Co. to note that I uploaded all the videos I had edited. I wrote the wrong thing in my planner, but it actually meant that I uploaded the videos that I edited. And then I used inside of it, then I used a appointment label and a therapy sticker, munchkin sticker, to note that I had a call from my therapist, which was to arrange when we would start. Then I used a fancy label and a freebie girl butterfly with like bottles of alcohol, which I know I don't drink, but it was just a freebie that was the closest to what I needed. To note that I went to a sip and paint in my cousin's garden, but I didn't sip anything, but yeah. Then I used a half box and a Sugary Gal Shop binge watch girl to note that we were supposed to be having a movie night, but it failed, but it was still fun because we were outside and we had like blankets and stuff, and we were trying to use the projector, but the projector was not working the way we wanted it, but it was still fun and a good night. On to Wednesday, at the top in the day extender I used a half box and a sleeping girl from Papershire and a no school script from Sweet Kawaii Design to note that I had a lay-in because there was no school, because I had finished this year of my course. And then under that I used a little thing, I used a smaller than a quarter box, and then I used a munchkin like swimming in Happy Meal to note that I got some Happy Meal. Then I used a little thing and a camera camera icon from the kit, and a film script from Stella Bow Sticker Co. to note that I filmed a haul. Inside the day extender I used a rounded off quarter box and a emoji on the phone to note that I had some calls about some viewings. Then I used a little thing and a munchkin on FaceTime to note that I didn't miss my observation this week was missed. And then I used a third box and a Fox and Cactus Girl, like pushing a trolley to note that I went to do my food shop for the week. Then I used a half box and a couple sticker from Papershire to note that I went to my my fiance's house. Then I used a half box that I cut down into a third box, and I used a Nana eating chicken to note that I bought some KFC for us to eat because I was craving it, and I haven't had it since this whole situation has happened, so I was really craving it. Then I used a half box and a couple's munchkins watching TV to note that we binge watched some more Supernatural. Then at the bottom of the day, I used a half box that I cut down into a third box, and I used a upset looking sticker from Fox and Cactus that I still believe they look like the Powerpuff Girls, but that's just what I think. And I wrote stupid doorsteps broker because the brokers were supposed to call me, and that's the whole reason I went to my boyfriend's house, because they went to call us at 8 p.m. And then I went there, and then they messaged us like 30 minutes before and said that we should be expecting a call at this time, and then nobody called. And then they messaged me and said, oh, you've missed your call, try and rearrange, even though they had never called us. So I was just annoyed by them, so I needed to put that in my planner. And then on to Thursday, at the top I used a what is this? It's a quarter box, and I used a teacher sticker from Miss Moss and a work script from a leftover, but I don't know what shop it's from, to note that it had work. Then under it, I used an appointment label and a Fox and Cactus Girl on a laptop to note that I was downloading my statements and like documents that I needed to upload for my broker. Then I used another appointment label and a stick with a PlanWithAds girl, like dying with like a couple something. So note that I was really tired and hungry all day at work. Down the bottom, I used a fancy label and a happy girl from Stickers by Aeneas, I think, something along those lines, to note like happy news that don't need to share. And then into that full box extender that I have, I used a little thing and a heart icon to note that I was having chats with one of my co-workers I hadn't seen. Then I used a fancy label and an upload sticker from Stick with a Plan code, or What's More of Love, I don't remember, to note that I was uploading my document for my broker onto our server or whatever that she asked for. Then into that extender, I used a quarter box and a Fox and Cactus Girl on a phone to note that my broker called to do like identity checks and stuff. Then I used a fancy label and a stick with a PlanWithAds girl pulling out stickers to note that I was pulling out stickers for my plan with me. And then I used a little thing and a emoji binge watching Disney Plus to note that I watched Cadet Kelly. I was just in a random Disney mood and I wanted to watch that. Then I used a little thing and a couple's munchkins to note that both me and my fiance then got another call from our mortgage broker giving us some good news. Then at the bottom, I used a washi strip or something, maybe a little thing, I can't tell because it's covered. But then on top of it, there was munchkin that was planning, and then a planning time script, which I also think is from What's More of Love, but I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's from, I didn't even use that. I used a quarter box that I cut down. But yeah, that's what I put in there. Moving on to Friday. Let me give myself a few minutes. I think I dropped something here, so that's where there was a pause. Because I remember I dropped my stickers and I had to go pick it up. And then I used the planning sticker and then the planning time script. So it just took up the whole space. So I probably didn't even need a box. But anyways, on to Friday, I used a squiggly quarter box at the top. And I used a munchkin like that was teaching from like the jobs munchkin sheet, and then I used the same work script that I had. I don't know where they're from though. I think it's like from a leftover monthly notes page kit, to be honest. Then I used a bill due sticker that I covered the bill due with a croissant and tea sticker from Papershire, and then to note that I had breakfast that day because I was so hungry the day before. I needed to make sure I had breakfast. Then I used two stacked up little things, and I covered the little things bit with a girl on a computer, well, teacher on a computer from Miss Moss, to note that I was sorting through like my to-do list of things to do at work for my new classroom, so like doing display stuff and things that I wanted to get sorted. Then I used a little thing, and I used a angry this is not in order. Then I used an angry sticker from Fox and Cactus to note that I got some really, really, really bad news, but that happened later on in the day, but it just fit there. Then I used 2 stacked work headers from a leftover, and I used a paper share girl driving that's yawning to note that was so much traffic. I was in traffic for 1 hour. Then I used a little thing and the sticker I used to note me and my nephew from Papershare to note that I went, so the drive was to pick him up and then I was with him. And then I used a little thing and a baby with a bottle to note that he was feeding himself the whole time we were together. And then after that is when I got the bad news, but you know, it just fit up there. Then under that I use, I'm sorry that you couldn't see me doing the babies, then I used a fancy label and I used a crying girl from Valia and Tuma, and in my feeding script from Sugary Girl Shop to note that the news had me in my feelings and I was really upset, but we don't really talk about that. Now on to Saturday, I used a half box that I cut down to make smaller to fit in that space, and I used another also paper girl, but this was the minister that was in like her pajamas to note that I had a little laying that morning. Then on that day extender at the top, I used 2 layered washi strips or little things. They're washi strips because I was running out of boxes. And I used a croissant and tea sticker from Papershire to note that I made breakfast again. And I used a squiggly quarter box and a crying cookie sticker girl to note that I was still feeling sad. Then inside of it, I used a half box and a Sugary Girl Shop binge watch girl to note that I had a YouTube binge. Then under that I used another Buildu sticker, which I covered the Buildu with a munchkin pulling out stickers to note that I was pulling out more stickers for this plan with me. Then under that I ended up using a glitter header, a blue one, and I used a munchkin to note that I was having some cramps, but my period wasn't there, it didn't come yet. It was just, you know, the pre-warnings, because it was late, so it should have been there, but I think my cycle was changing TMI, but that's what's happening. And then I was having cramps, so I wanted to note that. Then I used 2 washi strips and another also paper girl. This one was dressed up to note that I got dressed up because I was going out, and I don't dress up much now, so I always want to note that. Then I used a fancy label and a Papershire girl car to note that I drove to collect some of the wedding stuff that had arrived. And then I used 2 stacked washi strips and a Papershire girl like friend dinner sort of thing to note that I went to a dinner party at my cousin's in the garden, don't worry, socially distanced. And then I used a little thing and a windy weather sticker from Sweet Choir Design to note that it was so windy. Then on to Sunday. At the top I used 2 stacked 2 stacked up washi strips and a cleaning day sticker from Stick with the Plan Code to note that I was cleaning up my room a little bit. Then what else am I waiting for? I don't know what's taking me on, but I'm going to continue. Then I used a half box, and then inside the half box I used like a planning not a flat lay, but over the head sort of picture from Valia and Tuma, and I used a planner sesh sticker from Gold Man and Coco from the sticker book to note that I was planning, which was me filming this plan with me, because I did film it at the beginning of the day before I did what I needed to do. And then I used a squiggly quarter box and a Stick with the Plan Code girl pulling out stickers to note that I pulled out the vinyl stickers that I needed, like the scripts and stuff. Then under that I used 2 stacked up washi strips and a Papershire girl like meal prepping, and I used a meal pan sticker that was a leftover to note that I made my lunch for the week because I had to go back to work full time, so the following Monday. Then I used a half box and a couple emoji to note that I want to see my fiance. And then at the bottom I used a half box that I cut to make into a third box, and I used a hairdressing gel from Valiant to note that I want to do his hair. Then I used a Build-Do sticker, which I covered the Build-Do with a couple's munchkins watching TV to note that we're watching more Supernatural. And then I used a appointment label, fancy label, and a munchkin with a knife and fork to note that we ate some German doner kebab. So for once, I'm kind of finished for like seconds before, and I ended up putting the stickers at the end, which I didn't realize. But yeah, so that was the end of this plan with me. In a second, I'm going to show you guys a wiggle. So in this, I used kind of like pinky foils. They're not like, these were like specialty foils from my Rose Colour Day subscription, which is why they're not like normal colours, but they're more pinky toned. So I definitely needed all of these day extenders, so I'm going to try not to put my base down until I'm actually in the week. So I'm going to also show you what was left. There was a lot of little things left, but not actually big boxes, which is what I like to use, which is why I always have to pull out extras, and all the functional stuff that I don't use was left over too. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to give me a thumbs up if you liked it, and I shall see you in the next video. Goodbye.